Hello, my succulent friends. Well, I went out the front. Well, I didn't even make it to the front. I looked out the window and saw one of my immediate neighbours was doing housework. And this particular neighbour is very fond of a chat. And I didn't feel like doing that. So it was kind of a good excuse not to have to go outside. I thought I'll switch gears and continue on with some of my other pots. This one here, delightful. A couple of years now. I think that was its second summer it went through. And as I explained on another video, this side is more dense. This side was getting a lot of the light, and this side was the side that was pointing inwards, and this is a little leggy and blah, blah, blah. So I want to trim off a few of those pieces and try and balance it a bit. And then this pot here has seen better days, so I thought we might rework that a bit. Okay, what is the most adorable thing about this is underneath these older heads, which are on some really long stems now, which gives it a very bouquet kind of feel, doesn't it? Let me zoom in a bit. So there's lots of young stuff. I'm calling it second gen. And you know, I could cut a lot of this stuff off and let this other younger stuff flourish, but no, not going to do that. I barely want to tweak this. I just want to let it do its thing and see where it goes. I mean, at any time in the future it looks raggedy. I can definitely do that. But I really love this spherical thing happening. So lesson for me here is to rotate this pot a bit more. Obviously I couldn't rotate it when I had them all bunched up under the shade cloth, the cubby hole thing that I constructed for it, and that was part of the problem. But as you can see, I didn't get any sunburn. Got some extra spotty tips, which is nice, but that's about it. Alright, so I don't like these, so they're coming off. And I want to go right, I want to cut off most of the stem. I don't want an ugly stem just hanging out there. I really want it to be pretty. So the leaves on the bottom are elongated. There's a lot of distance between leaves, don't you agree? Many of you know that's an indication that it was stretching for light. Right. This one too I want to cut really, is it high or low? Which way do you look at it, think about it? I don't want stem just hanging out there, as I said. Same deal. So I'll probably cut the tops off and then keep the stem and try and root it, not leaf propagation. I'll do it at the end. I'm not taking much off, so this won't take long. What else? This one here. Can't zoom in properly with the overhead camera, so I'm just gonna do it. Okay. That's looking good. Yep. That one's not too bad. This thing here is very fugly. Right. Trying to catch the angle. I can't get it in screen too well. Doesn't matter. Don't cut your headphones, cord, Susan. That would be very bad. Same deal. It's already looking a lot better. This one's alright. Looking at this one here, down there. That'll do. That'll do. Just something, just a little manipulation, just to balance it. Right, so that's a better angle. So it was all in this vicinity here. Voila. And wouldn't it be nice if it really comes down and really cascades around the pot even more? Love it. I love you. I did not see any mealies. I have done my little going through and taking out the yucky leaves. Yes, no mealies. What I might do is, that's a concoction of systemic granules and cinnamon. I might just get a little bit and try and get it into the soil, but I shall do that on my own another time. Right, just rolled up my sleeve. I'm ready for some action. Okay, what are we going to do with these? I'm going to take the top off them. I'm just going to snip, because that's where it is not elongated. Love the sound of the snip. Snip, snip. Okay, so you can do whatever you want with those arrangements, propagation, blah 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 blah. Most people will take all of these leaves and do leaf propagation, but I am not the average person. No, I don't want to do that anymore. I think we'll have a better luck doing this pot, soil, systemic and cinnamon, mixy. What is that? Plug in. I'm going to get them all in there. Yep. So, we'll see how this goes. Growing roots, growing new bulbs. I forgot about this scraggly thing. Saturday, neighbours are out and about. Right, I ran out of cinnamon. Hubby went to the store this morning. Come back with cinnamon. Rightio. Oh God, the birds are having bird wars, bird antics. Alright, so that reminds me of oh, that's rubbish, I shouldn't put that in there. Oh, I'm talking to myself again, because really, there's no one else here, it's just me. Remember the Supreme leaves? Just a quick update, nothing has happened yet, which is to be expected. It's probably going on a little past a week now. Maybe there's a root or two happening, but very, very insignificant, and I'm not even sure if I want to do that. Wetting the paper towel. I'm a bit turned off by that. I don't like wetting leaves at all. At all, even when there are roots. And that's the other half of the experiment when we've put the stem in. And I've lifted them out. There's no roots, there's nothing. So it's still too early for a really good update on that. But can you indulge me for a moment to just get something off my chest when it comes to leaf propagation? And I hope I don't upset anybody who does this. I really just don't see the point. I was watching one of those shorts videos on YouTube. Now you can do videos. If you do them portrait, you do them under a minute, they go on the shorts reel. And so I saw one from some obscure channel, and she did a little montage where she got a little dish and she put her soil down, or whatever medium she was using, and she collected her leaves and lined them all up, and then she did something that just made me go, please. She got her trusty water bottle and she missed it all over him. Why? What is the purpose? And you know, she's doing a disservice by encouraging that, because they're just going to get wet. There are absolutely no roots yet for watering. It just seems so common sense to me, and I find it very misleading. You know, they will do their thing on their own. This is full of water, and there is enough water there to grow a baby and roots. I mean, really, if you enjoy the spray, I think spraying is therapeutic. I think we just like that shh, shh, shh sound. But if you wanted to spray and there was some air roots, I would just spray along the tip of it, and that's it. And that's it. And even that is not necessary at all. Anyway, there's my rant. Yeah, if you do that, you don't need to. You really don't. And if you agree with me, put your hand up, please, because it's nice to know when other people feel the same way. Okay, I think I've said this name incorrectly another time, so I'm going to try and say it correctly. So it's Echeveria Derenbergii. I think I have a problem with the double I's on the end of words. Bergii. I don't know. Well, this has gone past its beautiful point. Yeah, it's got a lot of nice heads and stuff. This is a good view of it. Let's zoom a bit. It's popular and I love it because it throws offsets really well. See, hang on, let me zoom out again. This is another pot of it that I have. Main head threw off these two offsets, and it's just delightful when it's all bunched up together, and it does that spectacularly. And this pot was a bit spectacular in that sense, but throughout summer this has happened, and I don't like it. And I can see here this stem, okay, zoom back, is not healthy. I'm sure it's nothing is coming through to that. So my God, I laugh to myself a lot. I'm sure some of you might be like, oh, wish you could do what I'm about to do, because I've had them for many years and you can see they offset well, right? So I have some, I'll call them my stock pots. They're pots I have in case I want to sell stuff, my excess stuff. So that was from there. I'm thinking I'm going to take all of that out, replant this one because this one's pretty, and I might pinch a few of these and fill it in around it and get that dense look again. What do you think? Okay. Rightio, this is going to be fun getting this out. Can we do it like this? Oops, just dropped my brush. Actually, I don't think I need this table. I'm just figuring out which way to come at it. I always like to sort of lever them out with my tweezers. Yep. There we go. Oh God, I might have some mealy nests under here. Would not surprise me in the least. Okay, here we go. Got the stem. Oh, wow. Okay. Looks like good root system. Oh, wow. See, good time to freshen all of that stuff up. Okay, put that aside for now. It's a cute little pot, isn't it? Right. Shake out the dirt. Hold on. You know, remember I talked about that dog Maggie who lives in that direction, in the old widower? Last Saturday there were children playing. Made me think. I hadn't heard Maggie for a while, and you know, I mentioned she's a barker, and I've been able to come out here and do really long filming without her interrupting. I thought maybe she got rid of the dog, but now I'm starting to think she's moved out, and that is a whole different family. Oh, bugger. That just popped off in my hand. That's okay. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, see, look, they just fell off. Yeah, so now I feel bad. I feel bad like maybe she got sick. She was old. She had a caring family, I'm sure. I'm not sure about anything. Anyway, if I find out anything, I'll update you. Okay. I keep using pieces with... Oh, the noise is freaking my dog out. I keep using pieces that have longish stems that have some roots to them. But really, probably better to snip it all off and start fresh, grow new ones. See, that's not too green in there, is it? See? Yep, there's that. Yeah, alright, whatever. Be like that then. These are just the sweetest things. I love them so much. They're chunky, they're chubby, you know. Offset, set like a champ. Okay, roots on the bottom. But there they are. There's its new roots. It's not drying off that. I betcha. Let's cut it. Let's have a look in there. Yeah, it's not really green in there, is it? So it's so leggy. Look, I can pretty much shake it and they'll just fall off. So we're just going to chop it all up. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You just got to start again. This is what Laura Eubanks does, what I was talking about. She just gets rid of complete root systems and she starts again. I think for her landscape installments it can work well. because they stay smaller longer and therefore stay in the arrangement that she created longer without getting overgrown. So look at that. Look how old and long this is. So I'm just going to discard all this bottom stuff. Don't snip yourself again, Susan. Okay, I won't. Good job. So that was the center head, the main head, right? Look, a bit of rot as well. Snip that off. It looks nearly the same sort of size as its offsets. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just going to quickly tidy these up. That's the rot one. Cut that off. Yep, that's fine. Same thing. Twiggy and a root closer to the newer stuff. So let's trim that. Actually, I might not trim it because it can be like a candlestick to use to pop in the arrangements. I think I might need a little bit of that to secure them down. Let's just get the dry leaves out instead. It'll still create its own new roots. It will. If it wants to live, it has to. Oh, I dropped my brush. Hold on. Oh, bending over. Who else is at that age where bending over is a little bit, you know, moany groany? You know what I mean? Like you moan every time you do it. Actually, once I've cleaned up, I haven't seen any mealies. Haven't really been looking hard for them though. This one's not a bad one for mealies. It's not high on its favourite list, I would say. I have seen them from time to time. It's fortunate they don't get them very often because these leaves are so dense. It'd be so hard getting in there and getting them out. That one's done. If you want to try and do leaf propagation with these, good luck. If you've got them. Nah, just jokes. I like joking. I haven't had much success with them. And anything that does come are very minuscule. It seems like... Oh, there's one. There we go. Spoke too soon. It seems like the succulents that offset well, sometimes that's its mode of operandi. You know, it doesn't need to do it through leaves as well because it does it well on its own, you know, cloning itself. Its preferred cloning technique is to offset. I did that one. Yep. And a little puppy, the little tiny puppy, and this little tiny puppy too. Not a healthy stem. Okay. This was a leggy little offset. Right. Blech. Look at that. Yuck. Ew. Okay, tidy up time. So I just took that one out of its pot. Right. Got rid of the soil. And now I'm just going to have a look inside. So I see it's already doing what it does best. Growing new offsets. It doesn't need much of a clean up. Careful not to pull off any new offsets. Right. so pretty. She's so pretty. Roots. Could even snip it. Could even take this off and take this off. But I am not. I'm going to leave it. Right, where's my pot? A little bit of soil, fresh soil, ready to go. I didn't wash the pot out or anything, but I did get my other brush and clean up under the rim, because that's where the nasties like to hide. I'm onto them. I know where their hidey spots are. Right, it's going to, okay, so we're going to need some more soil. I have a container of some underneath here, a bit of a mix with my sand. That's why I buy cheap soil, because I go through so much of it. Just build it up a bit. I want to make the soil level flush with the rim. Hold on. Yep. Yep. Hope this is going to look good. It's got to look better than it was. It's like doing a trade-off for these that I have in my, as my stock stuff. Now will be part of one of my ornamental pots, and I'll have probably some left over to replace them as stock, and maybe even more. That is really not a bad yield at all. I wonder if I could find an old photo of this pot and you can see how much it gave off and how long it took to get to that. Right, so remember I said I needed a bit of a candlestick to get them in. I think that might have been a good move. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, put some top dressing now. I bought some bones from the butchers for my doggies. I need more. And yeah, I bought some bones for my dogs, and they are very close to me, out of camera, munching on them. So if you hear that's a weird sound, that's them. See? Flush. Flush. Why? So things don't grow. If you plant them just even a tad lower, the soil level just a tad lower, then your plants have a good chance of getting, as they grow, get stuck under the rim. And I do not like that. I think what we could do actually, this has got a nice curvature to it, so I want to butt that up closer to, hold on, closer to the edge. Might have to redo that all over again. Hang on, just inch it over. Yeah, yeah, yep. See? Get more in. Direct it to grow out. Okay. So what have we got? Ones with the long stems probably be good on the outside, so they stay kaput, stay in the spot. Maybe, yeah, can you hear him? He's really chowing down on his bone. Alright, let's just do it. you know, it might take a few shots of mucking around with the placement before you're completely happy. That's the fun part about it. That's the part I like anyway. And I want it really close. I want them really close to each other. Oh, so glad I didn't cut them too short. Remember I said these offset well, so probably when that starts to happen I'll redo it again. Just tuck the roots in. Yeah. Yeah. Too good, man. Too good. There we are. All freshened up. And what have we got left? Quite a few. So I borrowed 3 from my stock. So let's say that's those 3. 2, 3, 1, 2 scraggly bits. I gained 3 more. There you go. This here is Echeveria Violet Queen, and I did a video probably several months ago now where I put 3 separate individual heads that had a little bit of offsetting happening, and this is it now. So I thought you might just want to have a look at it. The vibrant colours aren't there so much. I notice it does it better for me in winter when it gets a little bit stressed out with the cooler temperatures. But I've grown a lot of, well, more in the garden, the Violet Queens, because it's another one that offsets a lot. Look at all of this. And if it's got a lot of space to do it, it can be very pretty. However, I want to see how far I can push this in one little pot like this. This, I don't know, this is probably 120 mils across. I thought by now I might actually have to separate it and just put one head in there, but I'm going to push it a little bit more, see what happens. You know, you could remove a lot of these for propagation, but I think they're still too immature for that. Anyway, that's very sweet. Not going to do anything with that. Just thought I'd quickly show you. I thought I might do one more pot. So if this video turns out to be a long one and you need a break, now would be a good time to pause. Oh God. Alright, this was on a wire plant pot stand. So it was actually elevated more, just for your information. Yes, this is crazy dense, and name will be inserted right about now, and then those are growing over the top, the sedum petriphytum. Wow, what am I going to do with this? Got to get the flowers off. Same thing underneath here, scraggly as the other part, the first one we worked on, because not enough sun. So that's going, all of that gotta go. That's the first thing I need to do. Flowers, that should spruce this up a bit. I remember when I first got this pot, it was, wow, it's just grown so much, and this has given me so many cuttings, you have no idea. Maybe you do have an idea because you grow them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I'm not sure at all. Alright, let's see if we can get into this. You may not be able to see everything I do clearly, but let's just go for it. So off with the flowers. Flowers on these really look messy to me. Sweet flowers though, very sweet. But I rarely let the flowers happen. As soon as I see them, they go, if I can reach them. Yeah. This has been quite admired by myself and by others when it's been in Instagram photos. Usually it ends up in the background because I'm filming something else. It's a nice background filler because it's this crazy dense stuff going on. It's like a wall that cascades over. And colours, well, you know, it's a little bit, well, here it's more green and here it's more grey. But when I think about it, I think it's a grey colour. I'm just trying to move my headphone cord out of the way. And with a little bit of stressed conditions, it can go a bit mauvey, a bit pinky. Yep. Love it though. I'm sure you love it too. Who wouldn't? It's really not hard to get it like this either. If you get your hands on some, cut it up. Cut up all the little heads and plant them close to each other so it doesn't look like they've been cut. And it should multiply pretty good. And then just sort of repeat that as it keeps growing. And I promise you, before long, you'll have something like this. Okay, there wasn't that many flowers. Let's go just snipping off the bottoms. It's nice when you get a nice long trailing piece, if it's done right. That is not right. Too leggy. Scraggly. You'll get to a point when you get it growing so much you won't care about cutting this stuff off. And these leaves propagate pretty well. I've had a lot of success with that. You get tiny little heads, so it's a bit fiddly to handle. Oh, this all feels like it's attached to one piece. Pull that back a bit, see if you can see that. See how I moved that? There's a lot of stuff moving with it. Oh. They're very delicate, these leaves, so easy to pop off. Which is fine because you can propagate. I'll just sprinkle them back in the pot like little seeds if you've got space for that. Whoops, oh see, I just tapped off a whole bunch. This is sort of a little on the long side under here, but it's not that leggy, so I might just leave that. Oh god, I keep popping them off. Pop, 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 pop. And back here. Did I do back here? Okie dokie. That is better. What to do up here? Sorry, I don't know. I might get rid of that one. Oh, you couldn't see that. Sorry, it wasn't in frame. I wasn't looking through the camera. This one looks a bit funny. So I want to trim it right back so I don't see too much stem on the plant. There'll be good little cuttings. This looks like a flower, believe it or not. May not be. They kind of look long like that, these flowers. So I might just get rid of that too. Oh, you didn't see it. Poopy. And there's some back on this section. Oh, lost my headphones again. It's good to give them a haircut every once in a while. Just make them look a little bit more manicured. Just let the plant speak to you. Just, use your intuition. Try and imagine how it's going to grow after you cut that, wherever you're cutting. And yeah, I don't know how to explain that. I don't like this one either. It's not too bad, I guess. Really don't know what I'm doing. Just feeling it. Sounds weird too. It's too long for my liking. Actually, it just looks twiggy, so that's coming off. That looks a bit twiggy as well. There's another twiggy branch. Just break it off. Same with that. Do you see that? Yeah, it really feels like summer's well and truly done. It's just a nice season, autumn, fall. I think in some ways I kind of prefer it than spring. So I was thinking last night, when it gets to winter, will I still be doing these vlogs? Can I endure hanging outside and doing this? Probably. I'll just rug up. A small improvement. It's nothing major. I think I'll leave it. Anywho, I think we'll say that's another video done for today. And this is a big pile of stuff I've got now. So I'll just use this as cuttings and that sort of stuff. Very good. It's kind of like your plant becomes a farm for cuttings. Just get online, get on one of those Succulent Facebook selling pages and post your babies. Post them as cuttings or root them up, and you might be able to make a little moolah, or at least a little pocket money, so you can buy some more. Okay, bye. I wanted to sincerely thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribe to my channel. Also, you can find me as S's for Succulents on my Instagram and Facebook page, where I post daily photos with tips and information. So come and hang out with me there. It's a great place to chat and connect. Thank you.